What's up, guys? Lucky here. I've got some cool stuff. Marvel and Disney made it official. Marvel is coming to the Disney Infinity Universe, not only to current gen platforms, but also to next gen systems, PS4 and Xbox One. And we've got a lot of really cool stuff. They announced it last week. And I'm gonna kind of cover that. If you have not seen the announcement, I've got all the highlights here, but I strongly encourage you to go watch the original announcement. Got the heads of Marvel there, the heads of Avalanche, guys who developed the game, guys who know these characters, love these characters, heads of Disney Interactive. They'll give you all kinds of like really cool insights into the game, what they have going on. It's a short presentation. I will put a link in my descriptions to take you there to it. So please, if you have not already watched that, I strongly encourage you to go watch that first and then come back here and get my reaction to it, which is nothing but giddy. I'm like a little schoolboy here. I'm totally pumped. Have very cool looking figures that we're going to get in this Disney Infinity 2.0. You can see here on the screen them showing off what the new figures look like. We've got confirmed figures. We got Iron Man, Black Widow. I couldn't have been more wrong and more happy that she's in there. Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye. These guys are confirmed characters. They're the ones that they actually showed the figures for. We know that in the new starter pack, it will come with a new base, but we also know that your old base will work. The starter pack itself comes with Black Widow, Iron Man, and Thor. But if you look at this stuff, you can tell that there's other characters in there. We've got Green Goblin was spotted, Spider-Man, Rocket and Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, Loki, Maleficent, you know, the new movie's coming, Stitch, MODOK, the villain, Nick Fury was spotted, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier was spotted. So that's kind of cool. What you're seeing here, this is footage. It's showing you how much bigger the space is, and that very first shot was a comparison of the original Incredibles set to the new Marvel Universe set, and the worlds here are going to be so much bigger. Supposedly the toy box in this next generation is going to be a lot bigger too. Added a lot of cool stuff to it. Not only will all your existing characters and discs and all that stuff will work in the new thing, but all the characters now go to level 20. They've focused heavily on how the characters move. Each one's going to have very specialized skills and combat abilities, and they're going to add attributes and skill trees to these characters. Even your old characters, now you'll be able to take them from the max level, which was level 15. You'll be able to max them out at level 20, and you'll be able to have skill trees that give you special abilities for these old characters. So that is just way cool stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. You know, a lot of criticisms against the first set of Infinity characters was that a lot of them fought the same. A lot of them had the same kind of combat moves, kind of did the same thing. There wasn't really a lot of differentiation. There was kind of differentiation between Violet, some of the Incredibles characters. I personally think that Mickey Mouse, if you saw my last video, he definitely had some differentiation, but most of them were really very much alike. But here they've added some very unique abilities to each one of these. These guys are superheroes. Of course they should have special abilities, and I think that's totally acceptable, and it's going to add a lot of depth to the game, and I think it's just going to be just a real blast. They've got some different classes going on. You know, Iron Man's got kind of a special class all of his own, but they're also going to show Black Widow. She's kind of like a what they call a ranged melee fighter, which means she's really fast in melee combat. She doesn't do as much damage, and she just kind of hops around and kicks ass. Iron Man brings the hardcore weapons and special abilities. Yeah, here we see a little bit of Black Widow. She's going to hop around, be able to take on lots of stuff. You got Hulk. He's going to be your heavy damage dealer. Probably not as fast as Black Widow. And then Thor and Captain America, which they're calling, you know, kind of fighters. Those guys basically will be your get in and combat type characters. And then Hawkeye, who is going to be more of a range type fighter, where you want to kind of keep your distance, and pop them with your bow and stuff. So lots and lots of like unique abilities. You'll be able to level up and unlock new special moves and stuff like that. So man, it's gonna be killer. That's exactly what you want in a superhero game, and it was really needed in 1.0. It's especially needed now. And what's even more exciting is the rumors have it that you'll be able to unlock some special stuff for the existing characters you have. So that's gonna be killer too. Oh man, just can't wait. As you know, there's like collectible discs and other type things that you can get with Disney Infinity. They give you themes, they give you basically vehicles now, and they also can give you like cars and stuff of that nature. They give you power-ups for your character, like extra damage and those types of things. All those things from the previous one, if you've got them, they'll carry over to Disney 2.0. Plus, they're going to add some new things, basically, so you can kind of get like skins for your character, get like an Iron Patriot for Iron Man, maybe like a Captain America World War II soldier outfit for Captain America. That will be freaking cool. That'll be really awesome. So in addition to these characters, you'll be able to get some cool skins and stuff for them also. And that's going to be really cool. Some discs even have these things, what they're calling sidekicks, to be able to drop them in there. Maybe that's Nick Fury. You get Nick Fury in the mix. Basically, he can come and stand by your side and like fight with you. That'd be pretty awesome. I think we should have Agent Coulson. Agent Coulson was there. He was there at the announcement. Clark Craig was there from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Coulson, give me an Agent Coulson sidekick. Man, I'd be stoked about that. My kids would be stoked about that. I think that's really cool. Here you're seeing, this is basically the skill tree. They're choosing like a lightning strike ability. They're upgrading Thor, so he's got new stuff. Bam, boom, and look, he's got these new cool abilities. That's gonna be, that's what you want in a superhero game. And I just think that that's gonna be absolutely awesome to have. Some other things you're gonna have is that the starter kit's gonna come with 2 additional discs, and they're like toy box mini games. One is like a tower defense game. The other is like a dungeon crawler type game. So these are games inside your toy box that you can add. Man, that's really cool. It's going to add a lot of depth and stuff to this game. So you'll have 2 killer games there, plus the campaign mode that it comes with, which is actually being written by the Marvel people themselves. And then you'll have, of course, the toy box mode, which we're seeing here. On next gen stuff, you're going to be able to see be able to add all kinds of stuff. It's going to be unlimited, supposedly. You won't have any limit to the toys you can put in there. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about some of the changes to the toy box. One of the most exciting changes for me is you'll actually be able to build interior rooms for caves, buildings. You just stick a door on it, and you have this whole other room. They're saying you'll actually be able to link toy boxes together. You'll be able to add objectives. They've got this entire mechanism basically for adding objectives and text and adding all kinds of things basically to make your games more like games. They've got these tool now. They've got pre-built game modes. So they have like a lot of coin capture and stuff. I'll go into that in a second. What you're seeing right here, this is a picture, and this was shown by John Blackburn of Avalanche, and this was his 5-year-old nephew's city, and it got a lot of laughs from the crowd. And I really want to talk about this. And what you saw just after that is something that they called the brush tool. And what it does is, with the click of a button, you can build a city or a tree fort or a castle or whatever, and you can also drop these builder toys in there. They build it for you. So I guess he had seen his 5-year-old and he saw the city he did. He felt like, wow, let's make this better. And this brings me to my this is my main concern with the game. This struck me as odd. Not odd, but this is a level of concern for me. It's nice that you've got these things in there that kind of build it for you. But for me, the joy of building is, what makes the joy of building is your own creation, is you doing it self. You build it. And what makes it so awesome when you get done, he said his 5-year-old was so proud of his little city. And, we as adults, we look at that and we're like, oh yeah, it's a little bitty city. But, for him, that was great. And it was great because he made it. And I think John here, I think he's kind of missing the point. I think any parent You kind of learn this the first time you sit down to play blocks with your kids when they're a really young age. You learn this lesson. I learned this lesson with my kids. You sit down and you have all these blocks, and you're an adult now and you can think big and you can build these big block castles and stuff. So you come in and they have blocks for the first time. They're like 2 or 3 and they're stacking the blocks, and you're like, oh cool, let me show you how it's done, and you like you stack up and you make this big huge awesome fort. And the kid takes my kid, she took like one look at this thing. I worked on it for like 2 or 3 hours. She got bored and went off and played and did other stuff, and I'm still building this big huge thing, and I get done and she comes in and she knocks it over. She takes one look at it and smells it, and then she knocks it over. And I realized right then that it's not what it is. It's not the end result. It's the joy of building it. And then she went on and she saw what I did, and so she wanted to do here. This is some of the tower defense gameplay. She saw what I did, and she wanted to go on it and build her own, and that gave her some level of inspiration, I think. And she went and built her own, and yeah, it was like a fraction of the size of this big huge behemoth that I built, but she built it herself. She took like 2 or 3 hours, and then she built a big huge thing herself, and she was so utterly proud of that. And it's the fact that she built it. She took the time to place each brick and stuff. And so you put this mechanism in now where basically you just highlight an area and you click a button and the game builds it for you. That's not the same. It's not the same. There's no joy. There's no investment in what you're doing. It doesn't make it worthwhile. And I think if you play, I learned that, especially when I got to my second kids. Now I kind of assist them, and I'm kind of there to help and tell them that they're doing a good job. And if they get stuck with a problem, I might say, hey, well, maybe if you do it this way, watching them build it, that's so much better, and it's so much, and that's what they want to do. They want to build their own, and I think that's missed on them. I think what was seen was what the end result was, not the fact that the kid had basically, an investment in what that they built. And to me, that's a much bigger thing. What we're seeing here now is some of the pre-built game modes. I actually do think this is a pretty good idea. As long as they keep the same existing creativity toys, you can make your own games. And then add this as an extra. This is going to be great. So you can say, I want to make a collector game, and then basically it puts all the mechanics for the collector game in there. And all that you have to do really is go then and drop your coins and stuff in the existing world. That stuff is nice, But what I don't want to see is you doing everything for me. And I think that's what scares me the most about Disney Infinity 2.0. And as long as they address that, that's what I really want. I mean, I think what we really need, as far as the toy box goes, are tools that make it much more simple. They show the brush tool and it highlights a large area. It'd be if you make that so I can select mini blocks and highlight them all, and maybe cut, copy, and paste them, a select all or select mini function. Because what's happened a million times, you get in, put all these blocks together, and you build this awesome pantheon per se, and then you realize, oh crap, what I really need to do is I really need to build a hill there, and you want to move it. Well, and now you have to go and delete all those one by one by one by one, and then basically once you do that, once you finish that, then you have to rebuild everything from scratch. Wouldn't it be great if I could just highlight that whole area and then just pick it up and just move all those pieces at once, or delete all those pieces at once? That's what we really need. That's what my children have run into that in the toy box. I've run into that in the toy box. So what I really need is not things that do it for me. I need things that make it easier to work with the tools that I have, to make the building easier. Not do it for me, but make it easier. That's all I have for today. Can't wait to do this. Can't wait to get in. Can't wait to play with this stuff. You guys, thank you for joining me. Again, if you haven't checked out the announcement, please do so. All right? This is Lucky. Peace.